We were dust-off aviators. We flew medical evacuation. We picked up the wounded. You don't know if you're going to get shot at. You don't know if you're going to be able to land. You're flying into this hot LZ, and sometimes you're just throwing people on board, and then you're trying to treat them as best as you can en route while you're pulling the guts out of the helicopter.
Anthony Garcia Jr. is a veteran of the Second Iraq War. He and his team repeatedly flew into the line of fire to rescue wounded soldiers. The Army trained him to do the best you can.
There was definitely things that you can't get out of your head, you know, things that you wish you could unsee.
Amanda Willett is an Air Force veteran. She and her team cared for those wounded. At war, they were celebrated hard chargers. But back here at home, things were just plain hard.
We're trying to change the way that the United States of America views the veteran. Most of us don't have PTSD. It's just we're getting used to having our freedoms back.
Today, Anthony is the co-founder of an Oakland, California-based tech startup, GuideOn. He's making it his business to change those civilian perceptions.
They have always viewed a veteran as somebody who's broken or somebody who needs to be retrained or somebody who just doesn't have the skills to succeed in the private sector.
Anthony says that's ridiculous. And 2 years ago, he put his money where his mouth is. He built a business around getting vets adjusted, particularly focused on helping them find jobs.
I never wrote a resume while I was in the Army, and I had several different jobs, and I was in there for 8 years. I never had to network or sell myself. You don't know how to explain what you did in private sector terminology.
I was the PL for 3rd FSM&T, part of a medevac company, working in RC South in Province Zabul, part of ISAF as part of OEF.
Tell that to a hiring manager, and they'll probably give you a blank stare. But Tony Garcia Sr. knows what that means.
So you were the 3rd team leader of a particular department that worked in a regional area that was, in some cases, in very dangerous territory.
And so GuideOn takes that military speak and translates it into something civilians can understand.
So these are the top skills. They have a long list of skills. We're only showing the top 9 here.
Tony Garcia Sr. is CIO of GuideOn. He's a retired lieutenant colonel, a behavioral science PhD, and he's also Anthony's father.
What I do is I take a look at all the military assignments and positions. We examine each one of those positions, translating the duty titles and then the performance statements.
Tony's translations have now been converted to drop-down menus.
But if I wanted to edit this, I could actually go in and get some resume writing tips.
These allow vets to upload military records, choose civilian equivalents, which can be fitted into a civilian resume template.
An E5 sergeant or E6 staff sergeant in the United States Army, they're very well suited to be a line manager or a line operator in manufacturing and running and leading a team.
GuideOn is more than just a resume tool. It's a modern tech business with a social network linking vets to recruiters and to other vets also adjusting to civilian life.
I know a lot of people kind of downplay what they're feeling and try not to, or maybe pretend like it's not an issue, but I think anybody who's been over there and seen those things, I don't know how it could not affect you.
Amanda says that when she returned, GuideOn not only helped her get into business school, but also helped her cope.
You're just used to this ops tempo, going over there, very high intensity, and so it's like once you get back home and everything's quiet, and then you can kind of process what really happened, that's when it kind of hits you.
It's designed for a service member to come to the community and discover all the possibilities out there that can help them advance their career.
Today, they have corporate partnerships and the support of the military. But the philosophy of the company comes straight from basic training.
Don't sit there and complain about it. Do something.